side.
Have you ever lived in more than one city? I have, and have been on the move most of my life. My first move was at the age of 3, and my most recent move was at the age of 22 years old. I never believed I would live as far south as Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Only recently do I finally feel as though my life is just beginning, and for the first time I finally feel settled. Today I'm here to tell you the story of my life. My life began in Edgewood, Kentucky, where I was born in St. Elizabeth's Hospital. My journey began through Ohio and then through Florida. 6 cities and 3 states later has shaped me into the person I am today. I am here to tell you where I came from and where I am going. Now that you know all the places I have lived, let me explain to you where they all began. My life began in Edgewood, Kentucky, where I was born at St. Elizabeth's Hospital. My parents and I lived in a 2-story house on 1 acre of land. Cold Spring is a beautiful place in northern Kentucky with big hills, trees, and beautiful scenery. When I was 3 years old, my parents decided they wanted to move to start a business. Little did they know, Cold Spring was not the best place to start a business. This would require lots of research and finding out if moving would be our best bet. So far, my parents decided that it would be best for us to move to Ohio across the river. Now that you know how my life began, let me explain to you how we ended up in Ohio. At the age of 4, my parents and I moved to Ohio, where they would start their business. Valenti Salon and Spa was started in Anderson Township area of Cincinnati. At this point in my life, the move did not bother me, simply because I feel I was too young to understand. I loved my new school and my new neighborhood. From kindergarten to the 3rd grade, I would continue to go to Immaculate Heart of Mary School. My new school would provide a wonderful community, as well as a great place for us to make friends. At the age of 10, my family decided they wanted to move to Florida to relocate. I now had a 3-year-old baby sister, and my parents wanted us to be closer to our family, as well as be closer to our grandmother. Moving from Ohio to Florida has been my biggest move so far. Since Florida has been the majority of the time I have spent my life, let me share some of my experiences with you. We moved to St. Petersburg, Florida before the 4th grade. The summer of 4th grade was a bit stressful simply because I was nervous to start my new school. Starting a new school in the 4th grade is more difficult simply because the kids have been together since preschool. At the same time as the move, I also started gymnastics. Gymnastics would be the place where I found my peace. I excelled in this sport and continue to be a competitive gymnast. When I was a junior in high school, I decided I wanted to become a college cheerleader. At the end of high school, I graduated and moved to Boca Raton, Florida, and chose to go to FAU to fulfill my dream of becoming a college cheerleader. Once I graduated FAU, my most recent move was to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where I continued to choose to spend the rest of my life. As you can see, I have spent the majority of my life on the move. I can now recap with you and conclude of how my life story has come to play. My life began in Kentucky, continued through Ohio, and is now continuing through Florida. Although moving has been one of the most difficult parts of my life, it has shaped me who I am today. I believe that 6 cities and 3 states later has truly shaped me into the wonderful woman I have become and created my character. The end.
Yes! How long? Bree, that was awesome.
Thank you.